In this video, we'll be walking through the use of JavaScript to take a value from a form field and insert it into an instruction block. We're going to look at two forms of the JavaScript. One for when the standard form when you're not using a registration or replicate block, and another for when you are using a registration or replicate block. We're going to first look at a form that's not using a registration or replicate block. As you can see on this form, we're just using a standard section break, not a registration or replicate block. We have a section for personal information, and then we have a little translation code that we're loading. In Honor of the Olympics, we're doing some fun stuff where we're basically saying if you're giving a certain amount of money, you get a bronze, and the other amount of money you're giving a silver, and the other amount of money you're getting a gold medal. We have our gift information, so we have our amount, our type, our status, and our designation, our fund. Then we have a hidden field that we're going to have, and this is where our translation information is going. So we're using the standard translation script to basically drop into this form field the result of our translation, which is coming from the being translated from the amount of our gift field. And finally, we have an instruction block where we're going to show the message of what medal was awarded to the person based on the amount that they gave. Let's now take a look at the script. What this script is doing is it's taking the value from the medal awarded form field that's going to be hidden. It's going to then take that and insert it into a span of an HTML span. We're then take that HTML span and put it into an HTML block anywhere within the form, and that value will show up. Let's talk about how to edit the script. In the script itself, we're talking about different areas, different functions. The easiest thing to remember is that in this example, my medal awarded form field has an export key of medal. Anywhere the word medal shows up in the script, you want to swap that out with your export key from your form field. So in this case, up here in the function update medal value, for example, swap that out with your export key. Same thing here, down here, 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 and here. Anywhere the word medal is there in the script, you will want to swap out with your own export key. To keep things simple, I recommend that the export key for your form field have no special characters, be all lowercase and one word. We now need to set up the HTML side of things. To do this, put in an instruction block, go up to source. The code that you'll want to do is span ID equals, and then, in my case, medal-value. In your case, it'll be the export key of your form field hyphen the word value. With our JavaScript set up and our HTML in, let's now see our form in action. Up at the top, we have personal information and, of course, the gift amount. As I enter a gift amount, $1,000, I'm going to get my bronze medal awarded that shows up in the HTML block. If I put in $2,000, I'm going to get my silver medal, and of course $3,000 or more, I'm going to get my gold medal. Since the value is going to show up in the instruction block and not the form field, we can apply any of that custom styling within the instruction block to the value itself, or the instruction block as a whole can just inherit the overall CSS branding of the page. Let's now take a look at the script in use with a registration or replicate block. As you can see here, we have a copy of the basic form, but we've changed this over to being a registration block. As you can see, the script is slightly different, but the main concept stays the same as before. In my case, my medal awarded field has the export key of medal, and so therefore, wherever the word medal shows up in the script, you will want to replace that with your export key from your form field. One of the big differences in the scripts is that this script has to look at the replicate destination, which is the container of each replicate block or registration block. Looking at the HTML, you'll also notice some slight changes. This case is still a span, but instead of a span ID, we're doing a span class. The medal-value is the same, remembering that you need to replace the word medal with the export key of your form field. With the JavaScript set up and the HTML in place, let's take a look at the form in action. As before, I have a section to fill out the personal information for registrant 1 and the gift amount. As I type in a value, I'm going to get that bronze medal showing up below. If I add a new registrant, I type in a new value, I'm going to get that silver, and again, a third registrant and another value, I'm going to get that gold. A link in the description of this video will take you to a forum post with more written instructions, as well as, of course, a copy of the scripts. Thank you for watching.